That was arousing enough for me, you know? Okay, how's everyone doing tonight? Good to hear. Okay, well, it's the 250th anniversary of America, you know, and that means a few things, okay? Specifically, that's how many years have passed. Okay. Well, journey with me, won't you, to the signing of the Declaration of Independence, or should I call it the Declaration of In the Pants Dance? Anyhow, Chapter 1, big time sex, okay? Hush. Okay, just kidding. Okay, hey, Scene 1, we open on a foggy June morning in Philadelphia. What year? I'll never tell. Okay, just... Yawn, moaned Thomas Jefferson. Hey, Ben Franklin said, shouldn't we get done writing that damn Declaration of Independence? Thomas Jefferson moaned, this time with passion. Okay, Thomas Jefferson looked suggestively outside. You know, a British person walked by. Boy, oh boy, I hate those bastards. And I hate their silly red coats, he moaned. But boy, do they make me horny, you know? He shrugged and pulled at his quill. And no, you sick pups, I don't mean a euphemism. I mean like his pen, as you guys would say in these modern ages, you know? And he looked out the window and said, boy, I'd like to make that guy part of my Quill 15 club. You know? He said that in Independence Hall. He said, I wonder why they call it that. Anyway, all this time, his BF, Ben Franklin, had been waiting patiently, fully aroused, I might add. Boy, oh boy, moaned Thomas Jefferson sexually. We really should. Time to roll up our sleeves. I'll tell you what, I'll write it myself. Ben laughed, and so did all of Thomas Jefferson's volunteer household staff. That really caught his graw, you know. He said, boy, I hate that Ben Franklin, he thought, with all those bifocals, probably a euphemism in there somewhere, and that hair. Anyway, at that moment, Bartholomew Tickleman walked past his window. I had a very sexy idea, said Thomas. How about Bart writes it? Who? Said many of the people in the audience. Is there an Alan here? Said the very funny author. I said, pause for laughter. Okay, I said, sooner we get Bartholomew to write it. Wouldn't you rather just have sex again, said Ben. Too right, said Thomas. Okay, afterwards, after all that happened, Bart, he yelled at the window, get your naughty ass over here, we're writing this thing, come on, get over here. And then Bartholomew shrugged. He didn't have a lot going on that day. You know, he'd had sex very, very, very many times that day. Very many times indeed, I'll tell you. Not the first time I've used my quill today. He quipped with sexual undertones of implication. As he was walking towards the Independence Hall, he said, oh look, there's John Hancock. Okay. Bartholomew said, sure, count me in, pal. And then, Thomas Jefferson said, I'm going to take credit for this, you stupid son of a bitch. And he said, that sounds fair, because Bart's really bad at negotiating. You guys should know that. About Bart. Okay, so come to Bart, Scene 2. Bart, boy, oh boy, where should I start my Declaration of Independence? He hummed to himself. Inspiration struck. I know, 77 years ago. That has a fine ring to it. Now, what was happening in 1869 that I can rope into this? Oh, I know, my grandparents were having sex. Sexually speaking, that is. Okay, what a time to be alive the 1680s were. We all know that. The hairdos alone. What a wonderful way to start a speech, he thought, staring at his nearly blank canvas. I can't believe I came up with that phrase first. Well, I do believe, after all that thinking, I've earned myself a snack. And the snack, of course, he was talking about was sex with a willing and eager prostitute. Finally, some straight sex, Campbell said. Okay. Damn the price, he thought. I am on pace for the single best Declaration of Independence the world has ever known. And then he stormed to the brothel, brimming with bravado. Why, these prostitutes should be so lucky. Why, they should be paying me, I reckon. He wondered if he should add something about prostitutes in the Declaration of Independence. Probably not. There's no need to be crass, you know? And I think we'll figure out everyone's equal. You don't have to include that, Eureka. Anyway, Bart Bartholomew, he fancied himself a man with quite some sexual ambition. He once courted a woman in a forest clearing, so he was pretty good at it. And ever the multitasker though. While he was banging those lucky dames, he was thinking more about that Declaration of Independence he had to do, and he said, how about everyone gets ice cream once a week? Maybe on Sundays. That'd be a good name for an ice cream concoction, he thought, inventing hopefully. Not bad, Pat. Write it down. I reckon we're almost there. Maybe like 6 more things. And then I can take a well-needed nap. And boy, the idea of a nap sounded exciting to him. So enticing, indeed, that he abandoned his sexual conquests, much to the chagrin of the dames. And he took it full advantage of the bed he was in. He said, now be a deer and shoe. Make yourself scarce, you trollops. And then he crammed him out of bed. So I got 56 minutes left in this room, so I intend to take a nap. Now scram. Chapter 17. Bartholomew awoke in a pleasure den. He glanced at the 4 lucky ladies he had just nailed. Talk about 4 he moaned. And then his smile turned to a frown, however. It was now 3 p.m. on July 3rd, and Bart felt less confident about the progress he had made. 2 sentences I'd seen so much 3 weeks ago. The nation he had seen blossoming before him like 2 boobs, and molded upon his very words. That didn't really make sense. Anyway, that has to be good enough, he thought, and he said, I'm off to Thomas Jefferson. He scampered off. Thomas Jefferson looked at the Declaration and moaned again, this time with displeasure. This is rotten, Bartholomew. You'll never be remembered except for maybe one time at High Note Humor. I'll never have this darn declaration in time. Time was running out. In frustration, Thomas Jefferson went to a painting shop that specialized in sex, of course. And he bought a painting on a lark, undressed it, or opened it up, as you people would say. And despite having bought it on a whim, behold, there was a full copy of the original Declaration of Independence. What are the chances, he thought? No more than 30 out of 100. This is better than what Bart had written. He thought, ejaculating, this is a 3rd of July miracle. And look, my name and everyone else is already on it. Serendipity abounds. Time to run, he said, leaving that place very patriotically. Happy 4th of July to all, and God save the Queen.